Alright, and good morning, everyone. So I'm taking a look here at audio levels. It doesn't sound like they're coming through for the game, but maybe I'm mistaken. So yeah, I'm just gonna go do my dailies. You know what that means. That means using up my resin, double checking my condensed real quick. So I have no condensed resin at the moment, which is disappointing. So I'm just gonna make 4 of those real quick, just to start us off. Next, get straight to the commissions. I have my commissions set for Leeway because I had him in Inazuma for a really, really long time, and it got kind of annoying. I was just like, come on, there's got to be more to it than this. So here I am, just kind of deciding on, what I want to do here for today. Give me a second. Okay, I think I got that going. Because of the way I do these, I've been technically switching out my party daily for a different party that could still gain some friendship, which Seiyu's already maxed. I keep using her because she's an animo character, and she's kind of fun to play as. Um, Ganyu's probably the closest out of the bunch, though. Let me actually take a look. Ganyu is 5. She's maxed. Mona is 7, and Diluc is 6. So yeah, actually, Ganyu is furthest away. That's actually kind of a surprise. So let's take a quick look. Oh no, I got a friend request. Sorry, I'm busy. So defeat 12 monsters. Uh-oh, I need to turn and look the right way. Alright, all finished. With that one. Okay, yeah, these aren't too bad today. This is like defend the monolith, go and defeat some treasure hoarders, deliver a book, and what else is there? Oh yeah, and a time thing where basically you run through this thing, you defeat some enemies, you get to the end. Piece of cake. Just kind of like how this is a piece of cake. Oh yeah, it's raining. Ah! He was only one shot away. That's why I did it that way. Alright, good job. Grab all the drops, because drops are significant regardless of what AR you are. And there was a point where I upgraded like all of my lowest Vion. I don't get that acronym. Is it an acronym? I'm really confused.
Oh, the sun's out. When did that happen?
All right, so forget what the first enemies are.
They're
Pyro
waiting on
slimes.
Shadow.
Okay, I can do this.
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate. Next on the agenda.
Yep, and Seiyu is really fun to use. Um, Honestly, out of all the characters in the game, I think she is probably the most enjoyable to play as, simply because of the way that she functions. Alright, we got that, and then we go to Shang the Ninth.
Let's find shelter, quick! Watering works on plants, but not people.
Yeah, Seiyu's lines are hilarious in this game, though.
Phew, this weather is wild.
She
All I
wants to.
have to do is dive under the covers where it's dark and warm.
Yeah, yeah. So you want me to deliver a book in the rain? Gotcha. I need to go to Liyue Harbor and deliver the book. Piece of cake.
Love it when the weather's like this. Just makes you wanna doze off for a while.
Oh, I was like, who am I talking to? Alright, that means I'm done here. And then need to speed up all the way over to.
Thank you for completing today. Ad Astra Abyss.
And then getting those expeditions done. I can't be uh, happier for when I'm done with Battle Pass and I can take characters off of the mining operations and set them to go collect something else. I always have people running on Mora because Mora, every little bit helps in this game. So, I mean, that's also why I did that, is because, well, got all those. So I'm going to be 47. I mean, you don't really even need to try that hard to actually get stuff done. I mean, my weeklies, I do the usuals, which are pretty easy. I do trounces every week because obviously chance of billets as well as upgrade materials for character talents. So that's kind of needed. Um, I don't do all of them. I only do like half of them now. Mainly because I've done Storm Terror, Child, and Boreas enough times that I just don't need to do them. So uh, just have a ton of them. Been playing a really long time, so this is easy to do. Easy to do. I always do these because they offer, I think it's like 30,000 more for the bounties each, so it's definitely worth it. Forging 20 items. I just craft the uh, enhancement ore. I make 20 dishes, piece of cake. Um, and that's what I do when uh, battle pass isn't really a thing. I have my characters go on expeditions for materials for that. Domains, piece of cake. Pretty self-explanatory. Spending 500,000 more, which is half a million more. I do this every week for the first few weeks of the battle pass. It's not a big deal, especially with the amount of more that I generate. Um, Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. Ley lines I'll probably finish up here soon, but it's not a high priority. Right now, I think I'm going to try to go for some artifacts today because I'm not very good with artifacts. And then this will just give me another level. So if I would get this right now, this would take me up to 49 by itself. So I'm not even worried about the weeklies. I might just pass up on the rest of the weeklies because piece of cake. Alright, so let's see. What do I need to do? Alright. So first of all, I need to check the domain in question that I'm thinking about going to, which is the Hidden Palace of Zoe formula. Or is that pronounced Zhao formula? Anyway, um, so first things first, let's double check to see what we have for artifacts, what we can play around with. So the big question is, and people have been asking me a while, and they're like, you're not using Shangling right, okay? The reason why Shangling is not right is because, as you can kind of see, this is a weapon I have on her. Not necessarily a bad weapon, but I do have other weapons I could put on her. I could put the Primordial Jade Winged Spear. I could put the Catch on her. I'm not going to put Engulfing Lightning on her, but because, well, it's Engulfing Lightning. Um, so, that being the case, though, Constellation, 6. Talents, Triple Crowned. So, the artifacts, on the other hand, are much to be desired. I have her with a 4-piece Glider's Finale set with a physical damage bonus goblet. So far, not bad. Not bad at all. We have attack percentage for the sands, and we have attack percentage for the circlet. Overall, let's take a look at the attributes. We got about a almost almost 40% crit rate with 105 crit damage. Uh, but the energy recharge is 136, and obviously with a physical damage bonus of 92%, which is pretty good considering I don't know how she's getting all that bonus, but considering this only gives her 58%. So, yeah, it's crazy. Um, and she's not currently in the party, so that's why I'm like really focusing on her. So, the set that I would be switching to would be the Crimson Witch of Flames, which I have a few choices here. Um, I'm not going to worry about the flower right away. I'm more worried about uh, this stuff, which honestly, Clea is probably the best one on her. I mean, I might be able to get away with using that, but yeah, Clea is one of the best ones on. Because crit rate is probably the most wanted out of stat wise. Um, and it's always hard to get just the right stats you want. So I'm just kind of taking a look. Crit rate with crit damage is preferred, but I don't think I'm going to get that lucky. Yeah, I don't see one on here. Okay, so skip the goblet for right now. Yeah, Klee basically has what I need to have on for the most part, which is hilarious. But I need more crit uh, damage and crit rate artifacts. I'm looking at the substats, mind you, here. I always forget exactly what I need on her. Um, it is kind of a weird setup, and I know some people will be like, "Well, this is easy. You should have had this all organized ahead of time. Why are you doing this so horribly?" It's because I'm late to the show, and for the longest time, getting a good main DPS is really, really difficult. Um, and Shangling just kind of fit the profile a lot easier. Um, but the thing is, like, with her, it's really weird because her artifacts are a little bit confusing. Yeah. And it depends on what type of team I want to build here, but it looks like I need to focus on energy recharge with her, which is actually kind of funny. Um, so yeah. Um, and it's recommended to have preferably, I'm going to say 200 to 250 energy recharge would be great. Let me double check, see how high her stats are currently. I don't remember. Not high enough. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at that one more time. Um, they also recommend the Emblem of Severed Fate, which I don't mind the Emblem of Severed Fate. It's just that, as you can kind of see here, there's my only energy recharge. Sans is right there, and it is atrocious. Very much atrocious, to the point where I want to murder somebody. Let me double check. Maybe I'll get lucky with the goblet that'll have pyro damage bonus and it'll actually be good. Yeah, I mean that's okay. Yeah. So that's pretty terrible. That's really terrible. Flat defense, flat HP, attack percentage. I mean, okay, let's see. Do we have anything good for crit rate? Um, we do have a crit rate, but if we're looking for crit rate and crit damage, let's hold up. I mean that works. Just wish it had energy recharge on it. Crit rate. No. Crit damage. I mean, could be good. Also could be really good, but the problem is getting one that actually has all the stats you need. I mean, this is okay, but it needs the crit rate was not rolled in high enough, and the defense percentage and flat attack were rolled in way too much. So I'm gonna probably have to do that domain. Yeah. See, this is a beautiful artifact. I'm not gonna lie. This is what I currently have on Raiden, which is kind of hilariously good, but I need another one. Basically, I need a lot more energy recharge going on. Ah, this defense. I mean, that one might work. Let's see if we can find one with energy recharge and like crit rate or something like that. Uh, crit damage. And that's always the hard thing with this is finding an artifact that actually has the stats that you need on it. So you look for stats that are like, okay, this has like, in this case, it has energy recharge, but it doesn't have crit rate on it. So that's where it's like that's a breaker, especially for a piece that is commonly dropped, and the main stat is pretty much always the same. I mean, this one could be good as long as you don't roll into defense too much. So we're gonna have to. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out which one is better in my eyes. I really do think that the emblem of severed fate would be better in this case. Um, yeah. I mean, engulfing lightning is still better for her, which is actually hilarious. Hmm. I'm looking at weapon choices because I do have weapon choices. It's just yeah. The catch is her number one weapon that ties apparently with the Engulfing Lightning and Staff of Homa, which is actually kind of hilarious. Um, I do like triggering Overload, but the problem is that yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the emblem. Mind you, I hate doing the emblem Severed Fate domain. I have an idea before I go there. And that is, I have, what, 4 condensed resin, I think? So, I have a ton of these, so let's go ahead and crack one of these. Make another condensed. Such a waste, I know. So, yep, this is it. Alright, so we go to this location. Oof. Always getting into the right position is kind of tough. So, walk up to the door. I'm pretty sure it says like, let's see, I always forget how this works. Yeah, pyro and cryo. So we're fighting electro things, so we're gonna go ahead and start. So, it recommends cryo, so I mean, she's fine. Um, she'll get the job done, but yeah, whatever. Um, actually, I'm gonna switch out for Klee. Yep, Klee can help. Awesome. Okay, so this gets pretty wild when you do freaking these domains. It is crazy on how they are set up. I actually kind of hate doing artifact domains because I feel like such a waste. There's a trick with this too. Grab that, go like this. I was just doing that last part to heal a little bit, so no biggie. The biggest problem here is just getting the artifacts you want. I've ran this thing like a ton of times and haven't gotten anything good. Um, Sometimes I'll look at the Shiminawa set because Shiminawa is not terrible. Um, I could do better, and I don't suffice for anything less than the gold artifacts because purple ones just don't do the trick. I've been called kind of a stickler for that. There, some people are like, "Oh, I'll definitely take this and I'll upgrade it." I'm like, "Why would you want to upgrade something? Lose 90% of your value off of that first bit." And voila. Ah, that was bad timing. Okay. Yes, I'm using Crescent Pike, so I want to get as many hits in as possible. Throw up this, and then heals off while I'm collecting. Hydro damage bonus. Wow, that's super not useful. Definitely not useful at all. Oops. Yeah, if you start me seeing me like visually drift to the left, it's because I'm using a controller and my right analog stick sometimes likes to do stuff that I don't agree with. I missed the big guy. Yeah. Sometimes they're just a little tankier than I want them to be, but that's fine. Yeah, and as being AR58, wow, this is pretty bad. There's not a whole lot for me to do. I mean, event-wise, I got the what is it? The drink making event, and that's it. So, not a whole lot to do other than run domains and improve my stuff and try Spiral Abyss and that blah blah blah. You know how that story goes. It's not exactly a pleasant or original one. Yep, and we did good here. Got one more that we can do. Let's see if we get lucky. And we got can only do one more. Which again, this is really disappointing when this keeps happening. I know some people are like, oh yeah, it only takes you like a month or two to get the artifacts that you need. But that's also doing the artifacts basically every day for a while. And I feel sorry for those that are like, oh yeah, I need to get the Crimson Witch of Flame stuff because Crimson Witch of Flame is important. Well, if you invested in Crimson Witch of Flame, uh, and that was before like the Emblem of Severed Fate, and then Emblem of Severed Fate came out, and you're just like, oh well, that kind of sucks. Which is totally a thing, mind you. A lot of people have what do you call it? Artifact farming remorse because Mihoyo added in better artifacts for a variety of characters, in particular, like um, you know, characters that are like, oh yeah, the best set for them is going to be like their elemental bonus, and then it ended up being like the emblem of severed fate, just hands down. Uh, more Shimenawa set. Come on, and they're not even good Shimenawa set. Come on. The other thing is, I hate getting 5 star or not 5 stars. These gold artifacts. I don't know why I call them 5 stars, but uh, and then not being able to do anything with them other than feed them into other artifacts. Kind of disappointing. Plus, you can't just auto add them; you have to manually put them in. So that's where I get kind of PO'd about. Let's see, what do I got here? Oh, daily check-in from the web event. Okay, cool. Um, so this is for the event, which means the event is Tavern Tales or whatever. Uh, huh, interesting. Oh, oh, you got caramel. Is it caramel or is it caramel? Big argument right there. Regional differences on what it is, and I'm not going to get into that. Alright, so let's take a quick look to see if we got anything else we can take. Oh yeah, I know you can also recycle your artifacts, but the problem is with recycling, it's not for any artifact sets that you really want. I mean, Noblesse Oblige is fine, and Bloodstained Chivalry is fine too. Wanderer's Troop is okay, but at the same time, like, they're okay sets. I have to actually double check, see how I'm doing on artifacts anyway. Let's see, how bad is this? I'm doing okay. I'm quite literally. Sheesh. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. It's not much, but a little bit. So if you hit the destroy button and then you just select artifacts you want to destroy, you can destroy up to 100 artifacts and you'll get paid Mora for doing so. That's also why I recommend, if you are struggling with Mora, to go out and farm those free artifact spots. They get you money way faster than doing a domain or a ley line. Like in this case, I'm getting 101,000 Mora for just getting rid of 100 artifacts from level 1 to level 3. Sorry. Uh, Gray to blue. I hate it that there's no easy way to say things in this game. And I had plenty of artifacts still to go. I just wanted to get my number down and the total amount of artifacts I had. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, tons of stuff. Not sure what to do with it all. And in case anybody's asking me, like, or wondering where are my bow billets, I've gotten a total of 5 bow billets in total, and I made 1 bow. And that's where that went. I've never made any catalyst uh, out of the billets. I have made the Crescent Pike all the way to 5 and a Dragon's Bane, I think it was. I remember. It was one for the quest. So I've gotten a ton of these. I've never made anything with the sword. I made Noel's Claymore. So that's all I had there. So pretty crazy. And as a long game player, I have a ton of crap. Uh, this event's done. Just plain and simple. So I can get more stuff so I can farm more, but the problem with it is always that getting more doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get lucky on what I'm doing. Uh, so I'm contemplating this because if I go back in, I think I have what 20 resin? Yeah, I have 25 resin. So if I crack open one of these, I can get 2 condensed resin. We'll go ahead and try that. We'll go ahead and craft the 2 condensed resin. Then, so I have 2 condensed resin. To make 3 additional condensed resin, I have to have 120. So if I use 2 of these, it'll be 120 resin, which gives me enough for 3. So I can do this. Alright, awesome. Alright, so we have 5 condensed resin again. We'll go back over there. Let's see if we can get what we need. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm usually not this forthcoming when it comes down to this, and I don't want to drop below 50 uh, fragile resin because, well, I do like my fragile resin. I'm using it as more or less a leverage tool to try to get the last bit of farming I need to do to get to AR, I think, uh, preferably 60, but I think that's going to be a long ways off, so.
Guys.
Okay, that's taking too long.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Oh. It's like shield went down. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. Just took a little bit longer than I anticipated it to be. Though, honestly, like, it's just generally not longer than like 2 minutes, so that's good. Okay, what did we score this time? Did we? Nope. Is this a joke to the developers? Seriously. The amount of artifacts I get that are just defense percentage and HP percentage, it's just freaking ridiculous. Like, I understand that the rates are supposed to be make it feel like you won uh, the stat lottery when you finally get it, but at the same time, I guess it's what kind of drives the mentality of people who gamble.
Go.
See, that was a little bit faster. Maybe I'm just being paranoid about this. I'm just hoping I get something good. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. If only you were crit rate instead of HP percentage. Seriously. That's another thing. I wish that you could take artifacts, like, I don't know, let's say you get an artifact set that has a substat that you want, or an artifact that you just have a main stat. That there was like some way to like, I don't know, how do you put it? Combine stats almost, like have a replacement effect is what I was getting at.
La la la.
Yep, cleaves a nuke, kind of. She's sort of a nuke. Yep, yep. Just farming a few domains, trying to get that one set. Oh, triple! Wow. Come on. I hate when that happens. Like, you get a good artifact. I'll put that back up a second. Get a good main stat, like I was saying, but the substats are crap. Ah. Hmm? Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Simple chat.
La la la. Rise.
Ah. And voila. It's going fine. It's just an irritating time to be playing. Oh.
Life goes on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a some Emblem Severed Fate artifact set to replace Shang Ling's set. In particular, right now she's running around with a four-piece Gladiator's Finale, and I am utterly failing. If this wasn't on this set, this would probably be an okay artifact. Yeah, being AR58 is kind of a pain in the butt because you're just like, okay, what can I do? Nothing quite like having 100% for treasures and uh, alright, and voila. Oh, he's behind him. Freaking pillar. Yeah, it's an uphill battle. Once you hit 55, it takes freaking forever. I think the culmination for like getting from 55 to 56 is almost as much as what it took for a person to go from AR1 to AR50. It's ridiculous. It should not be that much. That's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. I just wish it had crit rate instead of crit damage, because crit damage is easier to get than crit rate. So I am out of that. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, the Raiden banner basically gets everybody going. I do have Raiden. I pulled her the first time around, and this time around I did. I got her weapon and got her to C2. So she's at a good spot right at the moment. So um, at least for now. And I know that, yeah, if you don't pre-farm for her, it's kind of a pain. Um, yeah, she's one of those trickier characters to use. But yeah, I want to take a look at this artifact that I got, which was an uh, emblem of severed fate. It was this, I think. Nope, this one. Yeah, this one. So sort order by energy recharge from sorting. So this one has pretty good energy recharge, but this has so much more potential. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Let's go ahead and nom nom nom. Ah, thanks. All right, let's see what we get for fourth flat attack. It's not terrible. Actually, I'm gonna select some really crummy artifacts that I will never use. Man, like I don't think I'll ever use this one. That is actually pretty good. Yeah, I've been at this for a while. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty bad. Flowers are easier to sort through because they just are. Because you could just get rid of whatever you think is trash. Which the problem with finding stuff that's not trash is figuring out how many flat stats they have. Like this is complete trash. Like I want to like it, but I can't. So we're just gonna go ahead and enhance this way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't care. I just need a little bit more room. Again, rolling into flat attack. Ah, come on, come on. Give me something. Give me like crit damage. Come on, game. No, you want to. Attack percentage. I'll take it. Hard enough to get this thing to. Yeah, yeah. Attack percentage, that's fine. It's when you get like, oh, I rolled into flat defense or flat HP that it starts hurting, especially if it's on a character that doesn't use those stats. It's just like, why? Why did I roll into this? Wow, that's taking a bit. Yeah, so like HP percentage here. That was actually terrible. I rolled into attack percentage once and nothing for crit damage. That's kind of a bad set. But it's the only energy recharge one that I've gotten with okay substats. So I'm gonna lock that for now. Sheesh. Just kind of looking here. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking to see what my options are here. I have a few that are locked. But energy recharge is my major concern here. Let's see. Choices, choices, choices. Well, they don't have an elemental mastery percentage, and if they did, EM flat would just be thrown out the window. Mm. I kind of want to do it for the crit damage, but at the same time, I don't. I think this is actually the best one here. I mean, this is a beautiful thing and everything, but it's on Raiden. So, yeah, they'd be. I mean, not just that, but like, Kazuha would be top DPS character in the game, period. You couldn't live without him. So, let's see what we get here. If we don't get into. Okay, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. All right. Yeah, as long as I don't roll into defense percentage, I will be fine. Yeah, I know. Freaking, it takes a while to like get the stats that you want for your characters always. Ah, trash. But rolling into flat, or the not flat defense percentage isn't terrible. Okay, it's still a percentage stat, and this is also why I said crit damage is easier to come by, is because it's everywhere. It's so dumb. Yeah, I know. Come on. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Energy recharge is fine. So we got that. So let's take a look over here. Hmm, that's actually pretty good. I want to. I really want to, but I'm worried that I'm going to roll into one of the flat stats here, and that's definitely not going to work in my favor. Let's see what else we got. I mean, that one might be better in the long run. Let's keep looking, just in case. Do we have anything better? No. I don't want crit damage. I want crit rate with uh, energy recharge. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so this one's actually the best one. It's always a tough decision on which ones to do it on. And you find out really quickly if it's worth actually doing anything with it. Flat HP. Yay, I love that stat. If I roll into anything other than like energy recharge, I'm just dumping this thing. It's not even worth my time. Yeah, definitely not worth my time. This is what happens when I upgrade things, and it just lets me down. That's all it is. Where'd that even go on my list? There it is. It's so hard to see where when you like look at stuff and then it just like pulls it back out. So yeah, that's it's actually really bad considering the artifact here has better energy recharge than this. So let's try. Let's try. I'm just gonna guess that once I get to 8, if it puts in anything other than energy recharge, I'm not gonna continue. Okay, we're making progress. Yeah, I know. God damn it. Okay, okay, we'll go with that. I'm hoping the last upgrade is just energy recharge. Though crit damage isn't necessarily unwarranted. Eh, whatever. It'll work. Uh, okay, so we're gonna. I don't think we've gotten a pyro damage bonus one that's actually worth our time. Yeah. So I'll just be using offset for that one. Let's see. We're doing good there. Doing there. Good there. This one's got a little bit more to it. So far I'm liking this one. Yeah, this top right one's probably the best one I got at the moment. Mainly because it has HP percentage instead of flat defense. The crit rate is higher, and the energy recharge is the same. So let's go with this one. Yeah, it is one of. I hate doing it this way. Come on. Whoa, what just happened? Did I miss something? Also, this is complete trash. Oh, I know what happened. Freaking game used up all my freaking wasn't paying attention up close. Fucking game. Knows how to piss me off. Okay. Also, I wish there was a way to sort these a little bit better than. Oh, they changed this. Okay. Let's start with defense percentage. Yeah. No. So I didn't roll into energy recharge at all. That was terrible. I mean, seriously, that was terrible. We're going to enhance this one. And we are going to eat the one that we just. Wow. Um, this game. Oh. It was a. I wish there was better sorting options for this, but there aren't. It was like 4.5%. Okay, let's try this. We're just gonna go with HP because it was one of the last ones that we actually did. Yeah, and then we'll just throw in something else. You, I guess, and you, I guess, and such a tough decision. You, I guess, and most of these are just trash. God damn it. Let's see what happens. I bet nothing's going to happen. Nothing good. So, voted. Yeah, I don't get how that works. Okay. Second guess. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give this a shot. Again, if it doesn't give me energy recharge, it's trash, and I'll have to keep farming. It gave me some energy recharge. Okay. So I'm guessing at level 4 it went into attack, level 8 went into defense, and level 12 and 16 went into energy recharge. So this might actually be pretty good. So let's go ahead and find our waster artifacts, as I would call them. I have a lot of waster artifacts because they just keep piling up. They just. I really wish there was a better way to like have these things sorted. Like, give me artifacts that have two flat stats that are terrible, and I will so totally just throw them in. I mean, enhance. Okay, yeah, I don't care if they're high rarity. Hey, look, artifacts. Let's try HP percentage from the top because there's a ton of these. Wow. Quickly see, like, once you start doing this sortation while you're feeding, how many artifacts are just completely trash. uh, I don't even know why I would even consider defending any of these. Actually, let's get rid of that one. Wow. There's so many bad ones here. Oops, my slots are full. Yeah, this is getting kind of tedious. I'm not gonna do this much longer. Once I'm done, I'm done. With this because yeah, there's so many terrible artifacts out there. Hey, look, defense. I'm full. Okay. Well, come on. Energy recharge. We lucked out there. Okay. So, locking that. We already locked that one. We already locked that one. And that one's already locked. Okay. Next up, all sort by um pirate. Oh, wait. Oh, you can sort by multiples? Holy crap. When did they do that? That's cool. That is really, really cool. That is a new feature I did not know was a thing. If I could get something, let's see. Is there a way to let's see if we can find crit rate. Oh, sorting option reached. Okay. I was looking to see if there was a way to put crit rate on there for a third one, but nope, there's no way to do that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I did not know that was a thing. So definitely not that. Probably not that either. This at least has a percentage for HP, but 6.5 versus 5.2. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. I'll probably have to play around with this a little bit more. Uh, I mean, this is probably wow. That one's actually not bad because it's got 11% energy recharge, which isn't terrible. I might just go with that. So I'm going to do something quick, and I'm going to see if I have a character without any artifacts on them. I probably do. Um, Garo. Garo doesn't have any artifacts. Okay, awesome. We're gonna go ahead and go with Emblem Severed Fate, and we're just gonna pop on the stuff that we want to put on with them, and then gonna go to all sort order. Pyro damage bonus followed by energy recharge. Confirm, and then I'm just gonna test this out, just to kind of take a look to see where we are sitting in terms of. This is actually a worthwhile trick when you're trying to figure out artifacts and placement is simply go to the stuff that you're trying to switch out with and just swap with them. Where is she? I know she is an 18. Okay, let's see where we sit at the moment. Man, her attack went really down. But man, that's a pretty goddamn good amount of freaking energy recharge. Wow. I might have done a little bit of overkill. I don't remember what the suggested amount was. I'm trying to remember 200 to 250 if you don't have uh vaporize going. So, yeah, that's we're getting there. However, the artifact that needs the most work is obviously the goblet because it's not fully upgraded. And it could be anything. I don't know necessarily what it could be, but I would have to select material and choose. Let's go ahead and do defense percentage because we have so many goddamn artifacts. Why not? Yeah, defense percentage. Artifacts need to die. Aw. So we go up one level there, and then gonna select again and get rid of that, that. Yeah, this is. Wow, could you ask for a worst one? Jeez. Literally one artifact off. Okay. Yeah. This is an example of the worst of the worst. Defense percentage with all flat stats. Okay, here's hoping we get energy recharge. And we end up with flat HP. Go figure. This game loves to torture me, I swear. Alright, well, yeah. I mean, it's an okay amount. Is our damage output gonna carry? Probably not. The biggest problem is actually. Let me take a look at these real quick because I feel like I can get away with more here if I don't actually have energy recharge on a few of these things. So because I forgot about the catch because the catch gives me another 45%, which means that her freaking energy recharge is 271%. Holy crap. But her attack is only about 1500. Her elemental mastery is around 96. I don't know if that's normal for her. If it's actually recommended. Um, yeah, both are good. Both are good. Okay. It's always tricky to figure out exactly how I want to do it, but I think I got it. I think she's ready to go. Man, that took a lot of effort. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap out a few people. Let's see what happens
What a
when I
waste.
swap her for her.
Can't wait any longer.
Mind you, Ganyu is using a really ridiculous set, which is she's using the prototype crescent. I could probably put on the skyward harp. But she really does not need the crit rate. I'm just going to point that out. She does not need the crit rate at all. And the reason why I say this is like her crit rate's already going to be ridiculously high because I carry her on another cryo character. So yeah, she's a yeah. I'm just looking at her weapons. Yeah. Let's just go with it. Let's give her the Skyward Harp. Okay, because I've been I've been on the fence about this for a while. And if you're not aware of this, I pulled the Skyward Harp like a few days ago when I was trying to get Thundering Pulse. I did my first 10 pull on the weapon banner ever, and I got it. And got this bow in particular. And then I think it was like maybe 50 pulls later, I got Thundering Pulse. So I was like, I don't know why I keep on saying Thundering Pulse. Is that what it's actually called? No, Engulfing Lightning. God damn it. Artifact set I'm using is the Shimenawa's set, which is badass. No constellations with her. Talents obviously upgrade the important one, which is normal attack. Alright, so artifact wise, Shimenawa's is freaking great with god-like artifacts, especially like this. I don't necessarily need energy recharge, but it allows me to refill that gauge to be able to do stuff like uh, consuming 15 of my energy to increase my damage output by using my elemental skill, uh, which increases by the attack damage by 50% for 10 seconds, which is great. Um, Again, pretty good artifacts. I rolled into crit damage and crit rate, as well as attack percentage on there. Rolled into the important stats here. Cryo Goblet did okay on rolling. And then I have a crit damage goblet with some energy recharge and attack percentage. It's not the best artifact. It could be definitely better, but I was really struggling with this one. Not gonna lie. Mainly because Shimenawa's set is just ridiculous on trying to get the stats you want. And yeah, I could have done a little bit better, like taking this instead. But comparatively, looking at the two, this one has slightly higher energy recharge and higher or slightly lower attack, which is fine, but it has more defense. So we're looking at a if I decided to switch, it would be a mitigation of I would be getting more energy recharge, less attack, uh, but more defense. So and it's not that much. It's like a 3%, but it still has room for upgrading. Which, sure, why not? We'll try to upgrade this real quick. Why not? We're gonna go ahead and because I'm still salty about the defense percentage thing, let's go for defense percentage. Wow. Still super salty about that because defense percentage is the bane of my existence. Uh huh. I'm not even gonna look at that right now. I'm in the midst of stuff. Yeah. All right. And then, hmm, choices, choices, choices. To be fair, the goblets are probably the easiest ones to throw in because they have the least to offer. So these are sands. Those are circlets. More sands. I really wish they actually had a character that could benefit from actually like putting this stuff into like or having a character who could use these stats because that would make life so much easier because defense percentage just seems like a waste. Now we're in HP percentage for whatever reason. Let's go to HP percentage. Let's see if we have any goblets that are particularly need to be murdered off this thing. Again, goblets are the easiest things to get rid of. Typically. There's a lot of sands with HP percentage. Um, Man, that is a tough call. Very tough. Very, very, very tough. We'll go ahead and get rid of that goblet and that goblet. Okay, I think that should about do it, right? Oh, just a smidgen more. Okay. Whatever. So here's open energy recharge. Pulled into defense percentage. Ha. See, I tried. I tried. Comparing the two. Man, it's such a far shot, and having the additional energy recharge probably is not that important. So, yeah, that didn't work out in my favor. Alright, well, I tried. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this thing a run for its money. Where can we go to get a little bit of energy recharge? I know plenty of places to lose energy, but let's try here. This way I can recover some of my artifacts while I'm at it. So let's pick up some Jillian chilies.
We're way behind schedule.
I will need her to make this work. I'm almost at full. Man,
Race you!
having a hell of a time with the controls today. Wow. Let's see how fast this thing fills up. Yeah, it's okay.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, whatever. Okay. Yeah, it was okay. Hey, look, some artifacts. Yay. I probably shouldn't have ditched all my artifacts earlier. So... Alright, so I need to find a bigger fish to fry, preferably a single of, that I can just go willy-nilly and fight. There's a few places I can go for this. Need a big bad. Oh, I know just a place for a big bad. So for a big bad, as I would call them, big bad can be found kind of wildly out here. Um, there's one over here. If my controller doesn't want to be a pain in the butt. Okay, so we have a big bad right here. So let's see how we do.
Go.
Okay, so first off, we're going to take a look and see how our stats are going here. So we're at 2442 with some decent stats. So let's see what we can do. Well, that was decent damage. Okay. I didn't live long enough. Damn it. Trying to get some testing done. I think I did okay damage. I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna try her out like this for a while, and hopefully, I'll use this as my main team. But if I'm not confident in my character's abilities, I might try something else. I think the biggest testing ground is obviously always going to be the Spiral Abyss, but that's also because it's the Spiral Abyss. So it's got the hardest content in the game with the most challenge. I know some people were like, "Oh yeah, Spiral Abyss is real easy, real easy." And I'm over here, I'm like, you do realize that it's still a challenge, even for endgame players, even me, even people who've been playing for a long time. Yeah, I don't have max everything, and I'm not AR like 60, but it's doable. Xingling is significantly weaker than what she used to be under this guise, but I feel like she has potential to do a lot more damage with interactions, which is good. So I'm probably going to stick around with this for at least a while. Um, and it's going to get wild.
We're waiting for
I
you
can
to
tell
talk.
this Shiminawa set is going to be interesting. And I'm sorry, this artifact set is just weird. But I guess it works. Yeah, crazy. I would use something else like a Wondrous Troop set, but I feel like this is the way to go. So, alright, I think that's where I'm going to end it today with all my testing and rambling. So, thanks again for watching. I'll try to post something else, hopefully, uh, more often. I know I have a lot of things planned for future projects. But yeah, yeah, you're catching me at the end of my stream. Um, so since you're here, maybe you can give me an idea. Do you hear do you hear music in the game? Like, do you hear sound? Because I'm it's not coming up on my end. At least not verifyingly there. Then again, a lot of it has to do with other things. Let's try having him talk. Okay.
Rise.
Yeah. Oh, so you can hear it. Okay. I was just making sure that the music was coming through. Yeah, I'm using OBS and it just doesn't tell me that any sound's coming through at all, and I'm just like, is there a problem? It's like, nope. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I did a little bit of farming for Shangling, more or less trying to get her the artifact set that she really deserves, rather than uh, the set that I had on her previously, which I put on Goro for the moment, uh, which was the Gladiator's finale set, which means that He's okay. You know, but it's always interesting to see what kind of weird combinations you can get, and if it doesn't work out for Shingling for the artifacts, it's not like it's a complete waste. I can always pop him onto a different character because the Emblem of Severed Fate is great for a bunch of characters, especially focusing on energy recharge. So we will see what will happen with this. I may stick with it, I may not. So we will see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you want to catch me again, I'll probably be doing some kind of announcement, maybe uh, Sunday. And I say maybe because I'm not sure if it's going to be that way. It might be a week from Sunday. But otherwise, I'm going to be doing more uh, more videos on Genshin. I'm trying to, what do you call that? Spread out my horizons. What do you call that? Spread out my horizons. Okay, what the hell happened there? What do you call that? Spread out my. Wow, I got a lot of feedback there. Wow. It just kept on going and going and going. I was like, oh. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna work just fine. So I had an echo there for a moment. I was like, oh shit. I accidentally looked at the stream on the PC and it just started coming through. I was like, oh my god, that's so loud. So, but yeah, just real quick, with like anime, like you play this game. What AR are you? Like really high? Yeah, mid? Yeah, beginner? I'm guessing that you're not a beginner if you're looking at my content. Yeah, yeah, you're definitely not a beginner. You've been around the block a few times. Yeah, being AR58 is, well, it's a hassle. Like if you look at my quest log, it literally is like, oh, the event's going on. Okay, and then like you look at like hangouts and they're just all done. It's just wild, and like you look at events and you're just like, okay, is there? Okay, that one's done, and I always forget how this works. Cozy box arts are all unlocked, and these are all conquered, and you get it. Oh yeah, like so. Did you join when Raiden was on the banner, or was it after?
Feel the heartbeat of the world.
Let's see, because that's always a big thing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. When I first started playing, I didn't really pull on anything for like about a month and a half because I was, yeah, I was just waiting for like Klee to come out, and so I passed up on Venti, and it really broke my heart when that happened. Mind you, I started day two, so Venti was the first 5 star on the character banner, and the banner after it was Klee. And before that, nobody had really seen Klee in the game. So I was just like, yeah, she seems like a really fun and crazy character. She might be lots of fun. Uh, she has her drawbacks, obviously. She can't mid range. Well, should I say she is mid range if enemies back up or get up in her face. It's just a mess. Yeah. Child had 2 reruns, so third time he ran through. So and he's an interesting character. He definitely takes some getting used to understand how to play him. I don't know anybody who does the long shot game with him. They typically use his elemental skill, go into dagger mode, and go nuts. So, but yeah, the game is definitely weird. And before you like look at this and you're like, you have so many wishes that you can do. Uh, I will remind everybody else that is viewing this later on, but also our you here, is that I'm actually a free to play player. I put zero money into the game, mainly because I ran into a problem with like a credit card that I just wouldn't accept. So I just couldn't get it to work. So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll be free to play. And planning out your wishes and how you're going to farm for particular characters and content is really important when you're playing, but you've also got to play for like every day consistently, and you have to do your commissions, you have to be on top of your events. You have to go into the spiral abyss and try to clear some floors, which is totally possible as a free to play. Um, yeah, $297 is not a whale. Okay, I'm just gonna point that out. I do not consider that a whale. I have friends who have spent thousands of dollars on this game. I would consider them more of whales. But yeah, like the best example here of getting like primo gems from here from Spiral Abyss is I generally will try to do the higher floors. As you can kind of see, I've already done all of these. But the higher floors, I do okay. I can successfully 9 star 9 and 10. I can do okay at floor 11, and then floor 12 is just a nightmare. I have cleared the Spiral Abyss before, but yeah, I say a dolphin would be considered anybody who spends well, I would consider a fish would be anybody who has spent anywhere from like $1 to like $100, and if you spend from like $101 up to probably close to, I'm gonna say $500 or so would be considered a dolphin, and then anything beyond 500, I would start calling them whales. Um, so you're not there yet. You can't do floor 7. What's wrong with floor 7?
It's so nice to just
Is
sit
floor
here.
7 the one with the defend the uh, give me a second. Return to corridor. I'm trying to remember what this one is. Crit hits generate elemental particles. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. Crit damage dealt by all members increased by 120%. So you're not really running into crit rate or crit damage problems. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, that's reward preview. Okay, Fatui. And more Fatui, and more Fatui. Yeah, I could see that. Um, yeah. Do you happen to have a shielder? Um, that's what I would recommend. It's somebody with a shield. So, I would probably go with like if you have Zhongli, I would recommend him. But if you don't, I personally would go with like Noelle. She, yeah, Noelle is probably your better bet. Uh, yeah, that's the biggest problem with her is Noelle needs to be like C6 to really make her shine at anything. So unless you've really got her like in high constellation, she's probably not going to be that useful. Shen Yan puts up a pyro shield, which doesn't protect you from hydro that well, and so that can be a problem. Um, I'm trying to think what else you can do here because I'm trying to see. So we have cryo on both of them. We have a hydro and electro on the first half, and then we have a pyro slinger, which is pyro, and animo on the second half. Um, and it looks very much like the same on that. Okay, okay. So I'm just looking here. You're probably gonna need to bring pyro for both of them. So a pyro character on each. I recommend. Oh God. Depending on who you have, obviously. Uh. Ooh. Be honest with you. Ganyu is probably not suited for floor 7. Mainly because there's that cryo gunner legionnaire. He's just kind of a badass. You're gonna have trouble getting through his shield, so you'll need somebody who has electro or pyro. Yeah, Shangling will work. I mean, she is technically free because of the Spiral Abyss. So she'll work. Worst case scenario, I hate to say it, Amber, but don't if you can help it. Um, if you have Yanfei, she'd probably be a better choice. Um, for the second half, I definitely recommend bringing a Hydro character. So, uh, Barbara will work in the second half. Yeah, he'll work too. Yeah, both will work. If you bring both of them, you'll have resonance. Um, and then you have to have something to deal with. Well, if you're bringing Pyro, you have a way to deal with the Electro Hammer guy. And then if you bring Hydro, you can get rid of the Pyro Slinger guys. So that'll be a fine thing. So the second half is pretty much those, and then whoever else you feel will be useful. Whereas like the first half, a Pyro character, and you probably get away with Electro. Yeah. Um, to a degree, you will run into some trouble here. Uh, if you're going to bring a cryo character, definitely bring them in the first half because you can use it against the Electro Hammer. So yeah, Kokomi works too. If you want to use Kokomi, you know that's fine. Just be aware that you're not going to have a whole lot of damage output with a lot of your Hydro characters because they just. I've noticed that Hydro has a real big problem with trying to get damage output going. But I know some people are like, hey, look at my 100,000 plus damage hit with very specific circumstance, uh, like reverse vaporize, and they just kind of go to town with it. So it is possible. Um, I mean, I could demonstrate this, but I don't think it would be really fair because I'm just going to use the example that we mentioned. So we have uh, Ganyu, which you should be able to get the characters up to level 90. Um, you don't have to break the AR50 bench point. So I'm gonna have to take a look, see who we're fighting against. Opponent details. All right. So we said need Pyro. So if you have like Yanfei, I have a level 70 Yanfei. Um, opponent details. Uh, wait, do we have a? We don't. Oh, we do. Okay, that's fine. I'll use the Traveler and. Uh, I I probably should bring a healer of some kind. So, oh yeah, uh, yeah. Give me a moment. I'll have to look at that. And then that's not what I wanted to do. That was weird. the heck? Whatever. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but apparently I decided that I was going to sort my characters for whatever reason, and I don't know why it sorted it that way. Okay. Uh, so the other side we said, come on. Okay. Okay, seriously, what is going on? Okay, give me a second. We said hydro on the second half. Okay. So you have Kokomi. So oh yeah, Bennett is built. Okay. Well, in that case, if I can find Bennett, just put Bennett in the first half. That'll increase your damage output. Second half, I want to make sure we get this right. I don't have uh I don't have Kokomi nor Hutao, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I mean, it's totally possible with Hutao, but we need a damage party of some kind. And you can bring Electro if you wish. I'm just trying to think of who I should put in the first spot. I mean, technically, you said she wasn't built. Okay. Let me take a look at this one more time. It's always a tough decision. Trying to think who you have built here. Okay. I'm just gonna put the characters in that you said you do have built or somewhat built. I'm using Barbara as a stand-in for Kokomi at the moment, and you could probably get away with using. Ooh, thinking. Uh, Trying to use a better representation of characters that would be okay to use. Um, Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of her. Put her in, and then her. Okay. So something simple. Yeah, that's the biggest problem that you're going to run into is if you don't have characters built. That's the biggest outstanding thing. Yeah, I'll just take that. Whatever. A lot of characters are going to run into that problem regardless. Okay, so okay, so oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, I know. Like it. I mean, I think the biggest thing is having characters built with the right artifacts is always going to be an issue. Oh, you have good artifacts? And... Okay, then there should be no problem.
Stand clear. Animal hypostasis emulation. Get them! You're toast!
Yeah, I'll take a look at them here in a sec. So I was just kind of looking at this, seeing like what it could do. I'm actually going to leave for now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, like what you can get out of. Let me take a look. I got a friend request. Hurrah! Okay. Let's see, how does this work again? Accept. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. Details. Check information. Okay, so you're adventure rank 50, but you haven't upgraded any of your characters to level 90 yet, which is kind of surprising. Um, that's what I would do first. You don't actually have to do the Ascension quest to be able to get your characters up to level 90, though, which is good. Um, I don't know if you've done the Ascension quest, but I'm going to actually view the details of Zhao. He's always kind of a weird character. Okay, you have Calamity Queller. Okay. Okay, I'm a little curious. I mean, that looks good. Yeah, this character seems fine. Um, that's fine. So let's take a quick look on you. I'm actually gonna look to see what's going on with her. I mean, she technically needs. What kind of build is she? Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be the weirder piece. It looks like you're going for a four-piece Wondrous Troop set. Which can be good. Nothing wrong with that. Um, you have the stringless on her. Crit rate. Don't worry about crit rate with her that much because there's a lot of ways to actually get crit rate up, depending on what artifacts that you go with. But if you're gonna go for Wondrous Troop, then yeah, you do need to work on that a little bit. But don't forget about Cryo Resonance if you're ever going to use that. It gives you a bit more. I think my Ganyu has like 30% crit rate, but when I put her in my team, uh, it's a bit higher. It's like over 50%, no problem. However, if I use the Blizzard Strayer set, um, that crit rate goes from like 30% all the way up to freaking like, oh god, I think 80 to 100% somewhere in there. It's ridiculous. So having that initial is not that bad. With her, I would definitely focus on normal attack, uh, because she's still really good as a main DPS. She just does so much damage by using her regular attack. So yeah, I would definitely focus on that because her weapon itself just does a lot better. Um, Hu I don't know as much about her. The Shimona with Reminisce set, I'm not really familiar with it on Hu Tao, but I believe it is actually a pretty good set. Um, Talent-wise, I think you're doing fine. If you're planning on hitting enemies with your weapon outside of your skill, you might want to upgrade the normal attack. So that's where I can give you any suggestions there. Weapon looks good. I honestly, if you had oh, user as burst support, okay, that makes more sense. Kokomi, okay. I hate dealing with Kokomi because of this damn crit rate. Don't even worry about getting her crit rate up because it's just never gonna happen for a lot of people. Yeah. Let's see. Artifacts. Main beloved. Okay, so there is a new artifact set that you can get that will be better than Maiden's Beloved. I would go with that rather than this if you can handle it. Yeah, I was talking about Ganyu for burst. Um, talent wise, she could use some work. Not gonna lie, but weapon looks good. Try to get that to a refinement rank 5 if you can, because it's just really good. Um, I'm actually gonna look at the ones I'm a little bit more familiar with. So Seiyu is weird. I'm not gonna lie. She's a weird character mainly because she has a lot of potential, but I don't know anybody who's actually built her right. Yeah. Um, Shincho, um, got the right artifact set on. Just wish you had better artifacts. um, gotta work on getting that blue one out of here for the gold one. Um, Constellation could use some work, but that's a bigger problem long term. Uh, I would mainly focus on his elemental skill and his burst, and I would just leave his normal attack kind of down for now until you get those worked out. Bennett, okay. I was like, he looks like he's doing pretty good. Yeah, you need to focus on that fantastic voyage more. That's all. What do you got for a weapon? The flute. Eh, that works. I mean, you should probably give him something to give him more like energy recharge, but this will work. And then Shangling, okay, she's she's a mess. Emblem of Severed Fate, man. Emblem of Severed Fate if you're going for energy recharge because the set has so much to offer. Constellation, um, yeah, higher constellations is always needed, but you can't really get them now. And you want to upgrade her Pyronado and her Gooba. So you have a lot of choices. You know, um, I think what I would focus on first and foremost is probably I would probably work on trying to get your characters to level 90 for your main DPSs. Okay, I don't mean all of your characters. I just mean like yeah, yeah. So you're using Hutao with Vape, which is all elemental mastery, right? And some attack percentage and energy recharge. Okay. Ah, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Okay.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
Yeah, elemental mastery. Yeah. I mean, if you can get it off, that's all that counts. And technically, you don't always have to do damage with vape or melt. They're just the suggested ones because they do the most damage. Um, it is very possible to do damage with like other interactions, like overload. Overload is actually a really good reaction, but it does kind of throw enemies a little bit, so some people don't like it. Plus, it's not as damaging. But if you know what you're doing, you could potentially do more damage. Not that it's going to actually help out you in this situation. Um, yeah, those enemies in the Spiral Abyss are just one of the biggest headaches to deal with. So yeah, Fatui in general are terrible uh, designs, but they are definitely challenging. The trick always with them is try to put down the Hydra one first because he's gonna heal up the other ones, which is gonna be a problem. And he's susceptible to like freezing. You could uh, technically get him with vaporize, so that's a plus. So you have a lot of choices, which is good. I mean, but yeah, character level is going to be the biggest hindrance that you're going to run into. I recommend you to take up your characters to at least to 70. Okay, that means your support units all to level 70. Your main DPS needs to be up there to 90 if possible, which means that you're going to have to focus some time on clearing out some world bosses, collecting regional specialties, and spending a lot of mora on those upgrades. But once you got them into the 90 range, so I would do it with like these three probably. Definitely with your Hu Tao. Hu Tao is definitely going to be there as well as Zhao if you're planning on using Zhao. I don't know many people who use Zhao as a main DPS, mainly because he kind of gets left out on doing all of the elemental reactions. Yes, he could do Swirl, but it just he doesn't do it as efficiently as other Animo characters. So it does cause a few problems. Um, but the other benefit of upgrading your characters to level 70 is once you get them to level 70, you also can claim your reward in your character uh, menu for the additional fates, which means that you can make more wishes, you can possibly get more constellations for characters that you already have or are using. That, or you could end up with a character that you might prefer to use. So that is always the trade-off, though. Um, and I'll be honest with you, like my character archive. I'll just bring this up because it's a lot easier to do it this way. I passed up on a ton of 5 stars and even some 4 stars simply because I'm trying to work on particular builds. And I I believe that Hu Tao is a great character. I just don't have her, and she takes a little prep and know how to use her. In particular, you have to play a little dangerously with low health to make her really efficient. Um, I am not in the mindset to put her at any of my characters at low health, so I don't like the playstyle of that. So that is the reason why I never went for her and why I have a hard time using her. Zhao doesn't play well with others. That's generally why I don't use him. So that they're very different playstyles. Characters that play really well with each other. Jean Lee plays well with a lot of people if you have him, which I don't think you do. Um, Characters that really do play well with each other are like Shangling, Bennett, technically Fischl and Shincho play really well with each other. Sucrose can, and uh, Barbara and Kokomi can Sometimes it can be a hindrance if there are too many interactions going on the field, which could hurt you further in the long run. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're like designing your character like roster, what you actually want out of things. Because if you have too many characters that function only by themselves and don't interact with others, or that they put you into a dire situation, they could be more of a hindrance than a help. Um, so, and I'm in full belief that you can make it work. You, you leveling up your characters is probably going to be the number one helper of the situation, mainly because the further you are ahead of your opponents, the more damage you end up dealing, which is kind of crazy. I think it's absolutely ludicrous when give me one sec. When you like look at a character, I'm just going to use Zhao as an example, and you see all of his great stats, but he's not really meant to be played with others all that much. I mean, yeah, he'll need the additional help of healing, but yeah, that's about it. Ugh. Uh, and that's also why characters like Kazuha are very popular in Spiral Abyss runs. Is because he plays well with almost everybody, and he does adequate amount of animo damage with swirl damage. So he functions. So I'm just not familiar with this weapon. Wow. Aside from that, yeah, I think you got it. I think you're moving in the right direction. And if you're just trying to clear through floor the end of floor 8, that shouldn't be that much of an issue, especially as you progress getting your characters basically outfitted for optimization, as I would put it, or the playstyle in which you feel most comfortable with. And I'll tell you this right now, I didn't play like everybody else. So I understand like my build before, how would I put it, before today, where I was just kind of messing around with stuff. This was not the artifact set that I had on her. Not by any stretch of the imagination. The artifact set I had on her was, give me one second if I can pull it up. Oops, coughing. All right. I had the Gladiator's Finale set on her. And my weapon was my longtime usability of Crescent Pike. So I was a physical DPS, not anything else. I wasn't a support DPS. I wasn't support, uh, but she could function as support. But she's also, a C6 character with fully triple crowned because this is who I used. So knowing what you want to go for can be fine. And I've been told, yeah, you need to try something else out. She's way better as sub DPS, so that's what I did. I'm giving it a run, as I would put it. I'm at a point where this might be good. The problem with it is that if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm going to switch back. Simple as that. Uh, and who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky and like it this way, but doubt it. And everybody plays differently. That's why I'm using like, before I was using this, I was using the prototype Crescent on her, mainly because it had attack percentage. And now I'm using this which has crit rate. Which, this is ridiculous. This is overkill for crit rate. I'm just going to point that out. Yeah, she has 57% crit rate because of this. And obviously, normal attack needs to be fully upgraded if you can. But if you're using her as burst, go for burst. You know, so it's just a crazy idea of how to use her. So yeah, but yeah, if you have any other questions, just uh, you know, You can always shoot me a message on my Discord. The link is in the description or below the description about me. Um, so, and I can answer any other Genshin Impact questions. And who knows, maybe we can even play with each other. That's fine. Just be aware I can't help you in the Spiral Abyss. I really hate that. I hate that I cannot help people in the Spiral Abyss, the place where the hardest content is. So, kind of disappointing. So, I think I've been rambling enough. I'm actually going to finish this Spiral Abyss where I left off. I'm just going to clear it real quick because whatever. uh, I'm just going to say I heal. Whatever. I'm not really hurt, but that's not the point. Alright, so we got this. Oh, he's... I love it how I'm using that. Ow. Oh no! I'm getting messages. So that will increase my attack a little bit. And sometimes I don't always, what is going on there? Okay, so he's gone nuts, so I'm going to... Oh, he died. What the hell did I aim at? Oh, don't want to stand right in front of it. Yep, I'm not great at aiming. Okay, this guy's pissing me off. You don't say. Yeah, Claymore user would probably be a lot better here. Okay, that's it. This guy's pissed me off. Yeah, I hate those guys. Uh, yeah. Yeah, it'll take me 1 second on that. I will check it here in a sec. Alright, so give me 1 sec. So this is a lot more doable, mainly because I can do this. So much faster on the opposite side. Okay, I'm going to try one more. And then... Sure, I'll increase attack. Whatever. It does not matter what I chose. And then, last but not least... Okay. Oh, shoot. Backing up. I missed. Okay. See, so much faster this way. And then I know I make this look easy. I'm so sorry. See. So yeah, that's where I'm actually gonna leave it for today. I'll probably talk to you, whoever is in Discord, for a little bit. Let's see. I forget where this button is. All right.